everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is another cash envelope stuffing as another week has gone by, so don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So yes, another week's gone by, and actually during the summer holidays I'm finding it really difficult to find kind of quiet pockets of time to film, so actually it's been a fairly quiet week on my channel, but this is for the week ahead. So if you're new here, this is my cash envelope system. The binder and the envelopes are just from Amazon. I'll link those below as always, but let's get these out. There are two envelopes that have got cash left in them, so I'm just going to empty those for now. So the food one does, so I'll just empty all that out. The petrol one is empty, miscellaneous is empty, and then the children's one, we've had a really busy week but actually not spent anything from their budget, so that'll go into a different pot, and eating out is empty as well. So this next week is fairly quiet, although I am seeing a university friend on Thursday. I don't think I've seen her in person for like 4 years maybe, so I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to meet for the day in York, have a catch up, have some lunch out, and also if you've seen my sinking funds video you'll know that I have enough for my mulberry purse. However, there is a mulberry like outlet shop in York, so what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go there first to see if they have any purses that are slightly less or slightly reduced. It might not be the colour that I'd like, but I'll see, and if there is one that I like then I'll get it there, and if not then I'll be ordering it, the one that I've saved for online, but that's a different video. But I am looking forward to that, and obviously we'll be having lunch out, so the eating out one will be slightly more this week because of that. So first of all, food, we are going through food, or kind of, it's like the snacky things, and we're going through fruit like ridiculously quickly, and it's because we're at home, and so my 6-year-old and 3-year-old are constantly, oh mummy can I have a snack, and they don't get them, but they obviously get more at home. It's just kind of balancing that with the fact that when they're at school and nursery they just don't have as much because they're not here, but at home I'm not giving them lots of stuff, but it feels like we're going through more things at the same time, if that makes any sense. So food this week, I'm going to put £70 in the food envelope again. This is more than I normally put in. 20, 40, 60 and 70, but it's just just how it is, isn't it? I guess these kind of things, they are more flexible, and then when we get back to school in September then the food budget will go down slightly, because then we're not all at home all the time and it's just easier to balance that out. So the summer months are always more expensive in our household, so I've put £70 in the food envelope to start with. So petrol is also going to be slightly more than last week because I'm going to drive to York and back, which is actually going to cost me less petrol wise than it would do if I got a train there, but it still is. So I'm going to put £30 in there, and we'll see. I might even have to add some more in at the end of the week. I'm also going away next week with my parents, which I'm looking forward to, but again I'm doing some more driving. So £30 in there for now, but that might change. That might have to be more for the last kind of the end of the week, but we'll see. Miscellaneous is going to be £20 as always. I feel like that is just a covenant, and you can see actually I spent most of that this week, or all of that. I think some of the change has already been transferred to the saving challenges, which is why there's nothing left in there. But £20 is going to go in the miscellaneous envelope, and we'll see how that goes. It's always a tricky one because it covers so many variables, i.e. everything that doesn't go in any of these other envelopes comes out of this one. It's sometimes tricky to know how much to put in there, but £20 seems to work well for now. The children's envelope, so actually I put £20 in this last week and then we didn't really go anywhere. No, that's not true. We went places but we didn't spend money from their envelope because we didn't need to. This week I think I'm going to take them to a kind of like a climbing wall centre. It does other stuff as well, but that's the bit we're going to go to and see how they like that. But I have a feeling that I'm going to have to book and pay for that online, but I haven't done it yet. I'm going to see. That's one of my jobs to do for this afternoon, but I think that's going to go there. And if we do go there and can pay in cash, it'll be £16 for both of them. But if I have to book online, obviously then I will have to pay online as well. So I'm going to put £20 in the children's envelope to cover that, because I know we're going to go there this week. but it just depends on their booking system. I have a feeling I'm going to have to pay online, so if that's the case, I will take the £20 back out of here and use it for something else later on, because I'm not going to go into town specifically to pay that back in the bank. There's no point. But that's the plan for this week. So this place is a recent discovery. My now 6-year-old went to a birthday party there a few weeks ago and absolutely loved it, and I didn't know whether he'd take to it at all, but he really liked it and he's asked to go back. So I thought this week I would take him and his younger brother. I think he's 3, and I think the age, you have to be 3 and above to be able to do it. So I think I'll take both of them. You only get an hour at a time, like you can only book for an hour slot, which I think will be enough. But that's the plan for this week in terms of their activities. And then when I'm going to York for the day, their dad's going to take them out somewhere for the day as well, but he pays for that, or if he needs to pay for that. To be fair, he could use that £20 for that if he takes them somewhere, and I haven't spent it yet, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to taking them to somewhere new, so £20 goes in there. And then the final one, so like I said, I'm going to York it's on Thursday, and we're going to be going out for lunch. So this eating out envelope is going to be more than usual. I'm going to put £30 in here because that will cover kind of lunch out. It might also cover a coffee whilst we're there, because she's also going to travel quite a way. And just, I don't want to leave myself short. I'm really looking forward to seeing her as well. It's if this year's tour, or kind of the 18 months, whatever, it's so important to kind of keep those connections. Or if not, then I've just reached out to this friend and said, look, I know that you're busy, but do you fancy meeting up in the holiday? She works in education as well. And she was like, yeah, that sounds really good, we'll meet up. And so we are, and it's going to be lovely, I'm sure. So I put £30 in the eating out envelope there, just to cover. I mean, I'm hoping not to spend £30, but if I do, that's absolutely fine. So to recap, I've got £30 in eating out, £20 in the children envelope, £20 in the miscellaneous envelope, £30 in the petrol envelope, and £70 in the food envelope. And that is my cash envelope set up for the week ahead. Talking of the food envelope, if you've got any ideas for kind of cheap or budget friendly snacks I can get for the kids, they are eating a lot of fruit, which I don't mind, but at the same time it's, you know, it's quite expensive, isn't it, after a while, so we'll see. But if you've got any suggestions on what I can give them, then please leave them down below in the comments. And how is your budget looking for the week ahead? I'm not going to lie, August's budget is being stretched to its absolute limit, and I knew it would be. I knew that it was going to be expensive, and it is. I think September is going to have to be like a no spend month, like an absolute back to basics. So if you're wanting to join me in that, let me know down below and I'll do a video about that if it interests you. But I think that, yeah, September is going to have to be back to the drawing board, so to speak, just because, you know, I know some months of the year are more expensive than others, but it's been a really expensive few weeks. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching these. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.